Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Ring Diaries. This evening, I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV. Now, the special edition of Ring Diaries is singles perspective. For so long a time, we've been hearing what the marrieds have to tell us, how their marriages are doing, the issues they have in marriage. But then today we thought, how about we bring those who are not yet married to tell us what are the expectations of marriage? How do they see marriage the way we see it, those that are married, or what is their perspective? And this evening I'm joined by three amazing ladies. And today I'll let them introduce themselves because they have very long names. We even have Mrs. Future. Yes, next to me, yes.
I'm Nakawuka Christine Robina, and I am an administrator at Christ Prosperity Ministries, the Intinda branch. I am very single and born again.
You're welcome, Tina.
Thank you.
Next to Tina.
Thank you for having us. My name is Adrine Ampurire. I'm a fashion designer with A&A store. I'm the creative director, and I also work with Mountain Slayers Uganda as administrator and finance. Yeah.
You're welcome, Adrine.
Thank you.
And lastly,
Hello, I'm Kenganzi Rebecca. I am an administrator at Christ Prosperity Ministries, the Chira branch. I'm excited to be here. I'm single, but also I'm dating right now.
I forgot the single part. Definitely.
We are all single.
singles perspective.
Single till
All of them
So
here
that
are
qualifies
single.
us automatically.
All
Yeah.
of us,
Single.
all of them here are single and very born again. I
Very
think
born
that's
again.
important.
Yes.
So the views here for born agains.
Yes.
So, ladies, what's your view about marriage? Tina, when we talk about marriage, what comes to your mind?
Marriage. I've really failed to define what marriage is, because when you hear about people speak about marriage, it's like it's different. Everyone has a different story, everyone has a different definition. So I feel like I have failed to define what marriage is, because how it works for you is not how it will work for me. What you'll find in my marriage may not be the same thing I'll find in her marriage or in their marriage. So I've really tried to look for a real definition of marriage, and
So to you, marriage is fluid. Everyone has their
yes, everyone has their own thing. You find someone, this one is saying this, and then the next thing you're finding the other one is saying,
that can't work for me.
that can't work for me. The other person is saying, I'm in marriage, naera kuba sina chakula. And then the other person is like, you people, marriage is sweet, you should all get married. And then others are saying, marriage is a mistake I made. So I've really failed to define it, because you'll find a percentage that will say, marriage is really sweet.
Yeah.
I really want to be married. You people should get married. And then you'll find someone who will discourage you and tell you, please, and if you're going, don't go the Chisasi way, don't go the Nigeria way. So marriage, I've really failed to find a real definition, a proper definition for marriage.
And Adrine, what comes to your mind when someone talks about marriage?
I think for me, when we speak about marriage, I think the first thing that comes to my head is a man and a woman getting together to do, like, because we see the wedding and the introductions and all that thing that goes on, and then they say, now she's married. And she's a married woman, respect her. He's a married man, respect to them, something like that. But it takes like that decision of commitment, of like two people saying, we are going to commit to this. But I feel like it's much more. It's a whole broad thing that I cannot ever explain as a single, because I'm not qualified. But
Qualifies you.
yeah, usually when you don't have experience of something,
Yes.
you're like fluid on something.
But
You're
of
not
late we are told singles know more about marriage than us who
what
are
do we
married.
know? It may be just components of marriage, like what we have seen, what we have seen on TV, what you guys have told us, the experiences you've gone through, but it's not what I've experienced.
There's no
So,
experience. in
yes,
it.
so it's totally different from how I'm going to describe it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's commitment. First of all, it's like two people committing to
to stay together.
And like legally, and families are getting together to know each other and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I know firsthand. Yeah.
And Rebecca?
Marriage, I would say, first of all, it's a man and a woman coming together. It's a forever thing. I see marriage as, because I've had quite many examples in my life. I've had the good ones. I've also seen some that had made me ask myself if I'm actually ready or even qualified for marriage, because I'm like, wait, if these guys are behaving like this, I think let me hold on for So marriage, I don't think I can say what exactly it is, but from what I've seen people sacrifice a lot. I've seen people actually do things they wouldn't have done because they want the other person to be happy. So for me, I'll say sacrifice, but it's also fun because I've seen people who have made me desire marriage. I have seen people who are always lovey-dovey. They're doing actually the things that you see on TV, that telemundo kind of love. Let me tell you, I have seen it with some couples. I don't know if they are faking because they are there. I don't know. I don't know if they are faking, but I have also seen
you have to sip to keep quiet.
I've also seen people who have actually been happy and have like maybe stayed with them for like years. So I don't think they can fake for like more 5 years, because I've been with a couple for 5 years and they have actually like been examples and mentors when it comes to marriage. But I have also seen that there's a time where there is no love. Like, and I'm like, are these people even friends? Are they just partners working together to live through that day? Like, there are days when I think there is no love. It's like there are seasons. I don't know. I don't understand it. So I'm seeing seasons of
it
happiness.
Keeps changing.
And another day there is like the house is cold. Like, okay, now I don't know, are they going to divorce? The house is cold. No one is
honestly,
talking.
that is how you people look at us.
And you're like,
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
because
you're so scared.
The marriage, sometimes you come and then this time you're like the Mbowas today have come, and then the next 30 minutes it is different.
You can feel the change.
Yeah,
And
then we can feel it.
We always feel the change. We always feel the change in atmosphere. We're like,
when you're not happy
happened?
when you've had a fight and you're cold, we can feel it. I don't quite understand it, but I can tell. I'm like, I think these guys are off today. I think these guys. And then when you come and like you have maybe, I don't know, so good. Maybe you had a good one last night. We can also tell. Like,
yes, like
we see like
we always see the glow and everything, the care, and then when you people have had a fight, somehow I don't know, but somehow you always make it seem like yes, there is something that is wrong. But that is the truth. We can always tell, like guys. Somehow there is something that is always off. You just see that, like there is always something.
So someone cannot just be quiet when they have not done anything to them.
They can be quiet.
There are some people. There are always some couples that you know. Now, Mama, if you moved in with your husband, and you people are not okay, and you do something small, we can easily notice, because
don't you people have things to do?
No, because we are looking up to you people. And now if we see, now you're asking us like, what do you expect from marriage and everything, so we shall always look and be like, so how are
doing
they
a
behaving?
market
And
research,
then the next thing you know,
on the things
this
we are
one
about
is
to
throwing
get
a blow on
ourselves
the other one, and then this one is also throwing a blow. Yes, you may try to hide it, but somehow we know you're like, but marriage.
So can you say that the marriages you've seen have influenced your views on marriage?
Yes,
definitely.
a lot.
Positively or negatively?
Both. That is why I said it is hard to define marriage. It is hard. It is hard to define marriage, because you will speak to Mrs. Mbowa, and Mrs. Mbowa will tell you something else. And then you will see Mrs. Mbowa very happy. And then after, you will get a friend close to Mrs. Mbowa. I'll tell you, Mkwano Toseka, those people are badly off. Have you seen them at their home? Yeah. They are off. That is all pretense. That is all something. So, marriage.
I think for me, the one thing I've like gotten to understand about marriage is like people are different. I get to work with different materials and stuff, and if I'm working with a colleague, the ideas and the visions we are going to have of a product is going to be totally different. So that's one thing I've come to like appreciate about people's stories and understanding that if I'm to get married at the end of the day, it's about me to craft the thing, the marriage I want.
You want,
Yes. Otherwise, if I base on every other
people's
marriage, I will not
yes.
get married.
Yeah.
Because there are people that like marriages that you see and you're like, but really? And these are people like you really look up to. But the things they do, they make you question. And you're like, but
So, what are your biggest fears about marriage?
Ending up with the wrong person. Ending up with the wrong person, I would say, if I go on the spiritual part, like, for us we have like God, if we add God in this thing, like being with the wrong person, especially if you have not had that kind of rest and peace from God, because God doesn't choose for your person. He will not come and say you're going with Timothy, no. But if you go with, because I believe since we have purposes, there's alignment whereby when you come together, like she was saying, that you guys master your thing and you can move together. In that, let me say, if Adrine is into fashion and the husband that she has can understand that maybe she'll go long working hours, or maybe she'll travel, and he supports her and is not going to see her job or whatever she's doing as something that is maybe going to be like a roadblock for him, but someone who's so it's like you're working together. So my fear is ending up with a person whom, especially if when it comes to, let me say, ministry, and they're like, whoa, I think you're giving some, I think ministry, no, I think don't do that. Or maybe if I want to do something for God, if I want to sing, or if I want to go for a mission, and they're like, no, that's not what I, because at the end of the day I have to submit. So my fear is that being
Ending up with the wrong person.
With the wrong
But
person.
then also,
I'm
how do you
going to
know that
be-
the person is right?
Like I said, I think that will bring us the question of like the things that we want from a person.
How do you know that the person is right? Because your fear is
Yeah.
getting a wrong person. How would you know that the person is right?
I think there is no like bail or list that shows this person is right. But in the sense of like, I'm dating this person and their qualification, let me say, if there are 10 things that I want, and maybe they have like 5 of them or 6, and I can live with those ones, and there's a mutual understanding we can agree to, for me, and I have the rest in God, I go with you. I think for me that is the right person, to me, my perspective. Yes, because they will not have everything.
What's your biggest fear about marriage?
my biggest fear, I'm actually still thinking, because there are quite a number. I don't know whether there are fears.
But
or-
Adrine.
Yes. I mean, like,
Said them.
I mean, like, the people who, like, we evolve over time.
Yes, definitely.
And I don't know, like, one of the things I do a lot is imagine. So I try to assume, I'm like, will this man actually accommodate me as I'm evolving? Or are they going to be like,
Yeah.
you're not the woman I was interested in back then? So, and that is not something that I can ably quantify or say, this is going to react like this and what. I totally have no control over it. I think it scares me a lot.
Yeah.
But you may evolve and the person actually doesn't evolve with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Antina, what's your biggest fear about marriage?
I think I have also quite a number of them. But number one, getting someone that we don't have the same purpose. Because I feel like marriage, I really need to find my purpose, and he has to need to find his purpose too. And if we do not have the same purpose, I feel like we shall always fight.
Okay.
We shall always have to pull, and I really fear pulling, fighting here and there, pulling this, forcing this, turning tables and turning the other side. You're up, I am down. You're down, I am up. I really fear that. Like she said, I also have that fear of, I always ask myself, will I really be enough for this person? I always fear that. I'm like, okay, so if I do this and it is not the right thing to him, but is really something I have to do? I always ask myself, am I doing the right thing? I think I really fear changing for someone because I am not sure whether they will stay or not.
So when he wants me to be humble, I be humble. When he wants me to be this, I be this.
Yes.
You change to fit the person.
Not everything. Like, you know.
I think it's trying to be accommodative
yes,
of another person.
Like she said, when you asked her a question of how do you know that this is the right person, that if you have like 10 qualities of a man and someone comes with 4, and I would say if the 5 fundamentals of marriage, the law of acceptancy, that I am going to accept this man with the 4 and then let the others go. That is what I am talking about. That will they also be able to get that law of acceptancy and accept me the way how I am
with my
faults. Like, Tina is not going to do this. There are things that I'll not be able to change. Are they really willing to change too because I am willing to?
But ladies, I'm not understanding. Can't a man have 10 out of 10 on your list but is not the one?
It is possible.
It is possible.
So if you're telling me you're using the taking off.
Not really. It's not like the taking off. It's like how you say, I want this table. I want a table at a home. You're looking for a table, but the table may be a dining table. It may be a dressing table, something like that. So that, like, you also have to look at what purpose is this person going to. Yeah. Yes, he may have all the qualities, like you said, he may have all the qualities and still not be the right one. It is possible. But what is the essence of me getting a man who totally has no purpose? I don't know whether it sounds, whatever vision he has that doesn't fit in what I am going to do forever or what I'm planning to do, just for the sake of having a table. I think it comes back to the purpose and all. What do I want? Even him, I'm saying what do I want? Even him is going to be like, does that woman fit what do I want?
So how do you gauge someone's purpose? Because if we're talking about purpose, how do you gauge these people's purpose?
I think you can feel it with like how someone supports you, how someone, there is.
I think there are like those core things that are general to every man. Like, a man is a provider. A man like protects. Like, from my dad perspective, when it came to his girls, you would not say a word. Everyone knew, like, that guy's daughters. You don't dare.
So if a man is not protecting,
it's the thing that I admire about a man. Like, he's shielding me. I don't have to face these things alone.
How will I protect you when we're just dating? Let me to fight people for you.
We are talking about marriage.
But before marriage.
Yes,
before the marriage, the dating. Even in the dating part. So you want us to just skip.
You will even see like the people you will go out on a date with, and just the way how they treat someone, like a waitress, how they talk to someone,
their friends.
You're like, I'm not going there. Like, and it ends there. Like, there are those small things that tell a person's character, and you're like, this is a man I can be with, or I cannot. Because at the end of the day, whatever he can do to another person, he will do to you.
And even worse.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So you have to real look out.
Remember, he has to be showing me those things when we are dating. Because unfortunately for us, I'll not say like how our grandparents were, that they would choose for them. They would see a girl, she's raised by this family, and then they just said, now the generation we are in, we have phones, we have dating sites, we have different functions. So we meet different people.
We start from scratch.
We meet different people. At the end of the day, you have to go with a basic thing. You're like, okay, if this person is trashing the waitress, really, you're trashing someone you don't know. If this person, the way they are talking about their mother, the way they talk about their family, the way they are talking about their sister. I mean, me there's a time I went out with a guy, and the way he was just talking about his family, I was like, if you're talking about your family like this, then if I'm going to be your family, that you're going to do the same thing. It was a no. So there are some things that
back. Would you date someone they have chosen for you?
I don't know. Like,
I think.
What?
Part of me
Because we talked about it. That is how, and it used to work.
Part of me would allow. Part of me wouldn't.
Do you know,
depends
Mama?
on like.
Which part would allow?
No, like
it
it is a 50-50
It depends,
thing.
Mama, when you meet the person. When you meet the person, because truth be told, we are doing the same thing. The only difference is it's our friends that are doing these things and it's not our parents. Because you'll end up, Becky will connect me to someone.
And I tell you, Tina, I have gotten a young man.
But I don't know the purpose as to why you have chosen that person.
Because
It depends
I'm
on the
thinking about
relationship we
you.
have had. We have had that, like, okay, if my sister said, but this guy Adrine, I think I would accept. Do you know why? Because
Because she has
they
your
know
best
me to
interest.
their core.
Yes.
Like, there are those things they know Adrine can stand, there are those that she cannot stand. And by the mere fact that she comes and says, I think this man would work for you, or you would work out with this person, it's because she has put all those factors into consideration.
Yeah.
But just someone who I meet at church and maybe has been seeing me and thinks I'm a
And
good
I know
girl.
a good- I know a boy there who
and then
would
you
be
come
nice.
and you're like, hey, you guys should. I actually get annoyed. You're actually
Why?
offending me. Yes. On
I
what
am thinking
grounds?
about you. I found a nice man there.
But you're just seeing him at
People are
church.
different.
You don't know
Find
him
ways.
to the
Find
core.
ways on how to make it over enticing for me to get attracted to that person, but do not
too
set
much
me up.
work. Too much work.
Exactly. So
And also another thing is, why would you be telling me that, you know what, Becky, I think this guy would be good for you. Let him have the let me say
courage.
the
I think you
courage.
should even
Tell
talk
him
to
to
him.
come and approach
Yes.
me. You're telling me that you would want me, and every time you see us, you see we are the perfect fit. You see our great grandchildren out of us. Let him come, approach me. Talk to him. You know what? You respect my decision. You respect my word. Yes, I have seen this lady. I know you are looking for a wife, and I have seen that she is a wife for you. And I would want you to go and talk to her. Let that person come. But just seeing us in the company and telling us, hey,
And actually,
Becky, you look good with this guy.
I think
no.
actually one of the things
No,
that
thank
I
you.
find attractive about a man is his boldness.
Yeah.
Like to like take that courage and be like, yes, even if you say no, like you'll be like, but that man was sure. Like there's that thing.
He came and actually
Yes.
talked to you.
But for someone who just keeps there, they don't say a word, they just keep there.
Those are situationships now. It's called a situationship.
Oh dear.
It's like they are sure, but they are not sure.
They are not
They
sure.
want to say,
They're
hi,
shy.
Adrine.
But
They're shy.
Yes.
Shy.
No.
Yeah?
No. So when will things ever happen if you're shy?
But I'm just
So you expect me to approach you because
You're
you are the
shy.
man, you have to
The-
find me. I am not supposed to find you.
Those are scenarios where they say what do they call us? You are being too slow. Okay, I've seen it where they say Christian guys are being too slow, that girls in church end up going with outside
Yeah.
men because the other guys tell them what they like and all that. No, but these guys when they come,
approach.
they tell you,
Yes.
I like you, I want this, like they're direct. And if you can deal with it, you will decide. It's a decision. If you cannot, you cannot. But
you wait
here,
for the slow brothers in church.
That's
Yes.
what brother gets for your chair in the church.
That's not showing that I love you.
Hey, hey.
But the ushers
The
done the
ushers
same
do
thing.
the same thing.
So after church, you're buying juice for everyone because you want to buy for me. You buy for everyone.
Buy for
I'm
me
thinking,
alone.
oh,
Let me,
Bambi,
I'm
he has
like,
a good heart. His brother. May God
Why would
bless
you want to go with a good-hearted man?
No, I would want.
I
But
would
what Adrine was saying
So
is that
what-
come and tell me,
Like,
you know
for
what?
example,
I
you
really
guys,
like
when
you.
you're at the altar, why do they ask you to repeat, yes, I do? If that wasn't that, it means you're acknowledging that this is what I want.
Yes.
But you being me, actually, I could show up in a gown at a church and keep there in a gown. Does it mean that I'm married or have I been wedded? No,
So you
exactly.
actually have to
So
say
you
something.
dressing up like a thing doesn't mean that you're actually.
We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to continue with these single ladies. Tell us more about their perspective about marriage, their fears, and also share what they would want to see in a man that will be attractive to them. Don't go away. I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda TV with Ring Diaries. Welcome back. This is Ring Diaries with me, Phiona Mbowa, with a special edition that is just single girls, single ladies, and their perspective about marriage. And they're just... their perspective is their perspective anyway. And before we went for the break, they were telling us how church boys, you're messing up our girls and you're making them hate marriage, which is not a good thing. But to continue with that conversation, I've had people say that they would actually rather get married to people who are out of church than the people in church.
Yes.
You would think church is a safe place.
It's a hospital. Church is a hospital of sick people. I remember there was a time, I think that was, for the longest time while at campus, I didn't date a lot. Because for me, growing up, like, my mom was a nurse and what, she always talked about this whole
STDs
the
and
STDs and HIV and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So, like, for me, dating was like, I have to date someone I'm going to marry. If I did not see you in that category,
You don't
like,
bother.
I don't bother. But then, like, I think around, I think it was my final year. I met this church boy, I would call it. These are people you would expect that, who will not have a lot
They're
of
safe.
struggles.
Yeah.
They're safe. But trust me, the playground is neutral. You're the only safe person with yourself.
You're the
For
only
real.
good person.
For real.
Thinking these boys
If you want
God.
to be safe in this thing, just perceive yourself as the only Christian on this planet, yeah, and do it as you're convicted and all that stuff. Because otherwise, if you're dwelling on another guy because he says he's a Christian, then you're going to what? You'll be disappointed.
Because he's in church, those men have crafted their
Trust
art.
me. I
so
thought
well.
that was it for me anyway. So fast forward, these were people actually from families with bishops and what you'd expect and all that. And everything was like, when you're dating a Christian guy, you're like everything you're preparing, even when to
Yeah.
get married and what. I was still at campus and what.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, okay, it's going to. And then suddenly, guess what? The family itself, there was a tribal thing. You can't marry this person and what. But these are people who are Christians. I would expect them to understand that there's
We are
no
all
tribe
the
here. We are
same,
all the
yes.
same. But then there was a tribal issue. You cannot marry a tribe like this and all that. And imagine how I felt. I was really young. I actually thank God now that I did not get married.
Why not? The youngers
No,
are better.
I thank God I did not get married then, because probably maybe by now would be divorced or something like that. But it opened my eyes and it helped me to actually grow better as an individual. I realized like it's not about marrying the Christian guy
Christian.
and what. Because we've seen couples where like you get married to a guy and they get born again. Or otherwise, the guy marries a girl from outside and they get born again.
Yeah.
Like, it comes back to individuals.
Okay.
Because for me, seeing a Christian family oppose a marriage because of a tribe,
Yeah.
it was very devastating for me. And it took me a while to heal because I felt like I was rejected. I could not explain that whole scenario.
Yeah.
So right now, and I thank God actually. I thank God. that we are still in the race because
So you finish one relationship, you start another.
not really,
You don't just
but like
start.
after that time, like I remember like there were so many series of like healing and what. It took me a while
Yeah.
because I was really young and what, and now you actually, by the way, we went and met the uncles and all those things. You know, even the
So
reverend
it
of
was
our church.
serious.
Hey, when we tell you that
You meet the in-laws.
he had
So
done
people
that.
are meeting in-laws and not getting married.
Yes.
Okay, for you, I understand the marriage thing, that the tribal thing that they reached and
Yes, but like these are things that we experience in church, and you get
like you go meeting people's in-laws.
not really,
No,
but
not meeting in-laws.
you're in preparation. Like the guy is saying, I'm intentional about this girl and stuff like that. Then
So they take
suddenly,
you to the parents,
yes,
and then
They
after
take you to
leave
our parents, or maybe their sisters, or maybe their
And then
brothers.
after they will leave.
to real
and then they have to leave you.
Yes.
Yes.
Why not?
And go with someone else.
Yes.
But you people, maybe the churches you're praying for are not the real churches.
No, Mama.
No.
It is, and by the way, someone who was telling me that nowadays, unfortunately, and I've also had like different married people and speakers say it, that nowadays, if you're going into marriage, don't look at the level of spirituality and the fact that he speaks tongues. That's not a qualification for the right man.
But
or-
you would think a man that knows God
Yes,
should be a
because-
better
that is what-
husband.
the
Yes,
good thing
but
you quoted,
they
you
are
would
growing.
think.
Yes, they are growing spiritually, but they have left out their character and their hearts. They have not been turned. They are just, how can I say? Yes, they're speaking in tongues, they're spending more time with God, but then at the end of the day, they just have a mask.
But
When they
shouldn't
come
God-
out here,
shouldn't the knowing God be able to remove
they
that
don't give
mask?
their hearts
No,
and
but-
their character. They
So why
don't
waste
change.
time?
I think honestly, I think
It's character.
as for like as much as the world out there gives a lot of information about marriage and what, as church we have little information.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And we have not
like
been
not
educated as
maybe
much.
the information is there, but we rarely speak about the realities that go around marriages, especially to us, the young people who are intending to get married.
Yeah.
We cover up in the thing of like, if you're born again, that's it.
That's enough.
That's not enough. Because they're born again with issues that actually don't disclose them. Or some are covering up in the name of I am born again. And then when you reach there, you realize, hey, it was totally different. What do you do?
But Mama, another thing also the Bible says that God gives gifts, isn't it?
Yes.
So someone can have a gift. I mean, the tongues are a gift from by the Holy Spirit, isn't it? So just because I perform miracles, it does not mean I actually even care about people. I might have that gift, and because God is merciful, He has given me that gift, and maybe I will still manifest. But it does not mean that I am actually a Christian and I'm actually living by the example of Jesus Christ. No. So people, we come to church and pray. By the end of the day, like Adrine is saying, first of all, I would say maybe knowledge. People are not taught about dating. Like how we were telling you, nowadays someone is having, maybe they've dated 5 times or 10 times or 6 times. Like the question would have been, why is this
What
happening?
are you looking for?
No, it's not about what we are
And you
looking
see,
for.
those are the questions. Those are the questions
questions
that cause us to hold back.
Yes.
Because if I come to you and I tell you, maybe this relationship failed, I was disappointed. Maybe at this point, seeing someone and I'm hopeful that this time it is going to work out. And maybe also that one fails. And the next time I come and I talk to you as...
It was
as
Tony, now Alex, then
and I
Joe.
talk to you like someone who would comfort me and counsel me, and
Yeah.
you're actually telling me, oh no, nyachi, yeah, like that,
Yes,
that
and
kind
there's
of
judgment.
and that is it brings like judgment.
There's judgment in
instead
that
of me
church.
now being open
You
to
close up
find a
because of
way
fear of
on
being
how
judged.
to actually, yes, I will fear being judged, and the next thing, and the more I fear being judged, the
I'm
more
not being
mistakes
helped.
I'm going to
And
make.
I'm not going to be helped.
Because I'm not accessing any information or
Yeah.
knowledge that would help me after all. I'm just now taking the same notes and repeating. The cycle continues.
Look at people who get pregnant in churches. that at times people are not accepted in churches. Like you point a finger, they will tell you to stop coming to church, or that they will, even when you've given birth, they don't welcome you. You're considered as a sinner. So I'm not going to come and tell you, oh, by the way, I dated a pastor's kid. Now I'm with the music director. Now I'm with the usher. And it's not that I want to do this, but maybe I failed, and then maybe Alex came and I was like, you know what? And he shows me, and I'm like, but you know, he's a Christian. And maybe this time he tells me, let's pray together, praying together. But at the back of his mind, maybe he heard from Tony that, you know, that girl, just Pepe, I should give you what you want. So you find that, and maybe I'll only tell Adrine, and Adrine is just, maybe she's also going through the same thing. So we are consoling ourselves, you know, let's pray, things will get better. Because at times if I come and I tell you, you'll be like,
But I'm not looking at
they
judgment.
put the blame on us.
And I'm not trying to look, I'm trying to be objective here, even when people have bombarded me. But don't you think also as ladies we've made it too easy for the boys?
No. I
How
don't really
easy?
think
How?
so.
Like we're doing things that are for wives.
The problem is, Mama, is that we girls in church have really tried to listen. To listen and to learn from the marrieds, maybe to go to conferences and what. But you people have really left out these boys. These boys have not been told. These boys have not been talked to. You'll find someone and they are telling you, yes, I want. But
do you have to give because
even the men, even your husbands, are telling these men to wait.
Because
these
of
men
maybe
are telling,
the problems
yes,
they
the
have in their
problems they
marriages.
face. They are telling them, they are advising them. Temu papa, abakazi batukeyo ne bafuka ekizibu. So, you, even your husbands are also influencing these men. So, these men, as you're telling us, mugume musabe, sabo musajja agenda kuja. The men are telling them, mulinde, to papa, linda. So, we are like this. We are like this. So this man will come and then
make money.
So when this man comes and then they see that, I think Tina is a potential wife, he will run away because he is scared, because they're telling him something else. You understand? Not because I have put in a lot, but because I have done what I think I have to do.
But also, don't you think there are some girls, okay, I'm not saying you girls,
Yes.
that actually playing the role of wives that people see no need to marry.
But
Because at some point they're also demanding for it.
That's because you demand for it does not mean I give it to you.
No, I don't think it's like, yes, it's normal. Like when you get something that you've always wanted, somehow you'll be reluctant to go ahead and, you know, pursue it, something like that. But also, what information are we accessing? You're at a university, like you go to these campuses and what, and you see girls that have cohabited.
And they are okay.
They are okay. They finish campus like this, they wait.
They get married and they are happy.
And you're there.
Abstaining.
Abstaining.
Being a good Christian.
Hey,
You
You've
said no.
abstained all your life. Like, like for real. Like, and you get heartbreaks.
Yes.
Every single relationship.
You reach a point
you question. You have to question. But is it really viable? Why are these guys sleeping with each other and then
get
still
married?
Like,
and me who's refusing.
and me who is refusing, I'm not actually like making it in any relationship, stuff like that. No, but like these things actually people are not talking about them, but it is the reality. And then you also have like some families, they will be like, bofuna omusajja mwesibeko. You know, they're like, you are
genda ke woyoze kungoye.
You are at this
Because
age.
we don't do those things, at times you're looked at
They
like,
leave
you're
you
not
for other
wife
people.
material.
Exactly.
You're not wife material if you don't do those things. So at times you're forced like, let me go and help out maybe one day. You get. And
you
it's
go one day, you'll get stuck there, and then the next thing is you're cooking for him for the rest of your life.
But Mama, you see, nowadays, like what Adrine was saying, when you're at campus, we've all seen it. We even have friends who are actually married. And for them, they started while they were still at campus. They stay together, she washes, she cleans, she does everything.
So does that make you think that because you're not washing and cleaning, maybe that's
no, I'm not saying that. It's what we have to do. But at times you reach a point and you're like, there are some things I'm not doing.
Yes.
If it's maybe not the sex, okay, I'm not doing that. But then maybe if I don't go out to help him,
But even when
time.
you're not doing, like, yes, you're sticking to your plan. These guys also have like 3 potentials.
Who are doing them.
Yes. And you're the only one here.
First of all, you're not doing what you have to do. You're abstaining. You've told him, let's abstain.
You're not
washing. You're not doing anything. And then he's also being poisoned. And then there is a man out there.
There's another girl there.
You know, men
Who's
out there.
offering every little package
yes.
that
From
you
the
have.
head to toe.
From head to toe. And then for you, bring your prayers. You're there praying. God, the man should come in this form. Like, this, Mama, you people are not telling us the truth. Mm-hmm. And then these men are also being misled. Men out there, the bar men, you find them in the bangagamba wasa odayo mkazi ngochimanya ajja kufumbira ngotamidde naye nga ajja kufumbira. So these men have been told muwase.
So when they wasa.
Boba wasa.
Kati fa church mukwano mulinde first make money. Those women, what and what. When you get married before 30, you get married 35. Mama, those men are misleading these single men. I even don't know why the men conferences, because I've seen so many men conferences going around, but I feel like each time they come out of those men conferences, they are doing us more harm than good. These men, I think you should really sit down with these men and tell them the reality, tell them the truth. But the men, your husbands, are scaring the single men.
So they're putting their problems on the men.
Yes, and then you the wives are telling us.
I tell since now we must you pray for your husbands. Now you also tell us.
We are all dying in prayer and fasting.
I am going to watch the single men also to come and tell us.
Yes.
Pray, you pray.
You pray.
You're like, I'm not going to do sex. Okay, that's good. Pray, you
Actually,
fast.
do you know what they will actually tell us? I remember there was a time they were like, Adrine, you overdress, like you're too covered up. Actually, that was the thing. You're too covered up. Men are very visual. You have to. So
there's also
God,
that.
I fear generation. Like, I'm glad I'm married.
Like, so you're here trying to like live up to the standard of,
the holy girl.
the holy girl,
yeah.
and then
then
they're telling you you're not revealed. Yes, because they have to.
They are visual.
Yes. So, you people, we have dealt with a lot of conflicting things.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of misinformation.
Okay, amidst all that misinformation, what are our beliefs about marriage?
Things changed.
Just change.
Things change.
Your belief should be even when the world changes. There should be those things that you believe should be.
I believe marriage, let me go first. I believe marriage is honorable, and marriage, I believe, is a very good thing. And it is something that everyone should have. That's what I believe. That deep down in my heart, I know marriage is good, and there's love and there's peace. That's what no one can take from me. However much I see couples fighting, I believe out there that marriage is still a good thing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, me too. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. And I personally, when I'm dating someone, my brain is up there.
Ready for marriage.
Not ready for marriage, but I will think the business ideas I will have, everything.
Once
like
we are together.
Yeah.
Being loved. Yes, being loved. I feel like it's something that opens you up. It opens up a lot of things inside in you. A lot of things that you will not just do things without, but you will do things from within because you feel you're being loved. Because I have lived a life where you have the money, but you're not being loved, and it's like things are on a pause. But when there is love,
some things are faster.
Yes, my brain will work. You can bring money and you just tell me 80,000 plus 100,000 plus this and this, and I will just tell you without
Fast
even using
as long as you
because there's just something about yes.
You can even fast your 40 days.
You can even fast when you're in a good
It's easy
relationship.
to
So
pray.
marriage is a good
very
thing.
easy.
Marriage is really a good thing. But for us, what makes me think that marriage is hard? The things we go through to get there.
But every good thing you must work
Yes,
for
we must work for it. But then waliwo ekisuka ekya generation yaffe
Mama tukoze, we have
is
worked.
beyond. You work too hard, you sweat. By the time you reach there,
Mama, we have worked.
by the time you reach there,
Hey,
you
it's
don't
not
want to know.
worth it,
There
is
is
it?
someone that was asking, why is it that most women nowadays don't cry when their husbands die? Because we have cried enough when you're even still alive. Like, by the time you reach marriage, in the marriage, like
Tina,
you
I
have
don't
had,
know which husbands already you have seen.
like you've had enough. Like you've had it. So the time you reach there, you're just like, but now that is why you see that most girls when they reach there, they stop doing some things because when they reach there, it's like ntuse,
Yeah.
like chuwede. Like it's like
it's
we
like
are
a
there.
goal.
We
It has become a
tuli
goal.
kumisinde tuduka watuka ka finish line wakatuka no kafuna what you find them relaxing in 5 years. That is why you find they are fighting in, day out. Then after like 10 years, you find them solid.
That's
but
why,
it's because of the things we have gone through, Wano,
To get to the
to
finish
get
line.
there.
Why don't you just relax and let God take?
In which generation?
In this generation. Adrine, what are your beliefs about marriage?
Well, I believe marriage is good when you're ready to work. Like you said, you actually, I think it's one of those physical activities that you keep working. You never get rest.
But you people.
No, like honestly, okay. Now I get married. Do you know what is going to come next? I'm going to have kids. I have to take care of a man. I'm keeping work. But the only difference is here I'm being loved, and there is that whole other package that comes with it. But the thing is, it is working throughout.
But you're working with someone.
But
The
Mama,
person is
you are the one who
offering
keep
you
saying these men are babies.
You
Let
see,
them take
Mama,
care
let
of
me
babies.
tell you people. Anyway.
Now tell us.
Tell us,
Yes,
okay,
that is-
what you
you
mean
people
by
are
not
not
saying they
telling
are
us
babies?
Partnership. It is not about babies. Marriage is a partnership. You're giving him, he's also giving you. It's not that you're going to work at this
Yes.
alone.
Exactly. Like,
That is what we are
but
saying.
still,
that
it
it is
work.
work. So
You're
when they
working.
met,
It isn't work. Even being single actually is more hard work than marriage. At
I don't think
no.
so.
I don't think it's real hard. Okay, yes, at some point.
Being single
But
is hard at a point
it
whereby
is
like,
hard.
since like nature calls,
Yes,
as a
nature
person,
calls
you also
sometimes.
want to be loved,
Yes.
you want to be cherished.
You want to.
Nature
Sometimes
calls.
things are hard, and you want that one
Person
phone
to
call,
call you.
someone to tell you it is okay.
Yeah.
But marriage,
Marriage is work.
you have to take care of someone. Someone has pissed
But
you
why
off,
have
and
you
you still
taking care of him?
because he is also taking care of me.
Yes, that is.
Yes,
two-way
so
street.
that is it is still work. Yes, when you go have a job, you're working but you're being paid, but it is still work. It is still tiresome, but you're being paid. So either way, the man is still taking care of you, but you're also taking care of them. And more so,
Mama, these are the things
But
people
just
keep
wondering.
saying.
those are the
I don't
things
know
you
why
tell
Mama,
us.
you're
I
also
don't know,
asking
like
why it's
like how
work.
you're asking about like
saying
marriage. What our perspectives about marriage? Because you see, like what I said earlier, that every person will do marriage differently. There's a man who would say, the fact that I've gotten married
Everything should be sorted.
in the kitchen, all the like that housework and all
Yeah,
that,
that's
like
true.
I don't want to know. Then there are people, they're like, I don't mind, we can cook together, we can do all those things. So, like, it still comes back to who have you gotten married to? Because there are people that you get married to and you work your back off. There are people you get married to, and you
And
find
you
rest
rest.
and
Yeah.
peace
Mm.
and
That's
joy
the
and
word,
all
you
that,
find
that kind of
rest.
thing.
Yeah.
So, unless you've gotten that answer by yourself, and I cannot ably say what. What I know that there is work to be put in to attain that, to do the marriage, and I will keep working to make it work because we are bound to evolve all through. So that's all.
And it's true, even when we are dating, like there's some relationships you're in and you're constantly like on panic. You have that kind of
On your
anxiety.
toes.
You're
But
on
if
your
you're
toes.
anxious before
And then
marriage,
there,
please get
yes.
out.
And then there are those relationships you're in and you're like,
There's peace.
hallelujah.
All through.
And then the
You don't-
anxiety relationships sometimes lead to marriage. And then the peaceful ones don't lead to marriage.
But Tina,
Yes, Mama, I am telling you the truth. Look at the people outside. Those people are there thriving. They are fighting this, fighting
But
this.
yet they are
I've been
staying
seeing
together.
couples that they fight, but
they
they
never
love
leave
each
each
other. And they can
That's
never,
their
and
kind
they
of
are
love.
they-
So that's their
like,
kind
that
of
is
love,
them.
fighting.
And then there are those that are peaceful nga bakka mukwano bali bayawula obuliri ng'ekiri mu kisenge, everyone sleeps on their own bed,
but they are peaceful.
but you look at them and you
But then
they
there
are
is no
peaceful.
peace there.
No, for them maybe
peace apart.
they have peace.
Oh, peace apart.
Yes.
Okay.
They love everyone loves their own space.
Oh.
So
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We are coming to an end of this show, and I just want each of you to just give one parting shot. And this time, because we are singles, we are telling the married. What word do you have to the married? Just one word to tell the people who are out there and they're watching and are married.
The married.
Mm.
And I start?
Yes.
For me, I'd like to say, please stop telling us your problems, and please stop showing us that marriage is hard. Every time you have a fight, come and tell us marriage is hard. At times we take the bad side more. So I think at times you should celebrate the happiness and the joy and the good moments of your marriage if you want some of us to join you. But every time you're showing us that things are difficult, every time you're telling me marriage is hard, how am I supposed to be excited about
How
it?
do you
So
subscribe
that's
to
it.
hard work?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Becky. Adrine,
How do I tell the marriage?
one word to the married.
I think honesty.
Mm.
I think I would love to, as much as I don't want to hear the bad things and what. When we were growing up, there was this whole thing like some things are solved in the bedroom. That's what we used to hear. Like
Yeah.
there's certain things you're not supposed to know as kids, as siblings, as all that. Yeah, but as much as you should tell us what to work on and prepare, but some things save us, but be honest to us as well.
Thank you very much, Adrine. Tina, even fear to ask.
I would first of all want to thank all the people that are married. Marriage. You people, you're strong.
We don't need
But
strength.
the husbands, please stop telling the single men bad things. Please, you're really making things hard for us, and we are looking like as if we are doing the wife duties, yet we are trying to do what your wives are telling us to do. And then please tell us the reality about marriage. So many girls are going into marriage thinking that it's about love, it's about breakfast in bed. But the truth is,
But it's
according
also
to what
there.
yes, it is there, but for how long? You people are the same people telling us bigwawo biberawo mu
But
myaka.
which married people are you talking to? I'm starting to worry.
So many couples. Yes. But please, you be honest with us, and also talk to the church boys. Please tell them the truth. And please don't mislead them. You're making things hard for us, and then you're telling us to get church boys. So it's really being hard. You're going to make us make mistakes, and then you're going to judge us.
At the end of that.
Yes, because we have got men from bars because they are doing the right thing, and then it will be hard for us to turn them into church boys. So kindly, please,
God.
tell us the truth, talk to those people, but mubagambe amazima, and thank you for being married.
Thank you very much, Tina, and thank you very much, our viewers. It's been an interesting conversation, and what it has opened my mind to is we need to have a session with just the boys, the single men, to also tell us, because the ladies have
This might
opened
end
the
up into a
cans. They've
series.
opened the cans of worms. But also, ladies, talk to people who are happy. They are there. Marriage is fun, so let's celebrate it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's always a pleasure to have all of you. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time, I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.